Isn't failure. It's the nervous system doing its job. Decision fatigue is real. I'm going to share a tool called the Decision Clarity Grid, which helps me when my brain stops working. There's a kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from deciding too much. What to eat, how to structure your day. Do I put on a little Nirvana and run errands? Or am I going to sit down with a little Mazzy Star and never get up for the rest of the day? Do I reply with a real answer or a heart emoji to follow up later? Will I remember to follow up later? Should I take a nap on the sofa or go lie down in the bed? These used to wear me out just even thinking about it. After cancer treatment or really any major life disruption, even simple choices can feel strangely heavy. And it's not because you're incapable, it's because your system has been working on overtime for so long. This is decision fatigue. And if you've come through some major life disruption or event, like cancer or treatment, any kind of thing that requires a lot of recovery and a lot of heavy decisions, this makes total sense. A recent morning, not unlike this one, I was standing there with the dog collar in hand, trying to decide whether I should take the dog for a walk or a bike ride. On the surface, it's a nothing decision, but something like this, especially first thing in the morning, can toast my day. I could feel my brain spinning, pros, cons, energy math, and all of this was starting to avalanche in right as my day is beginning. And that's when I noticed it. While I struggled to put thought into action, I was just already tired. Listening and noticing and bringing that element in allowed me to just make a choice, move forward, and get on with my day. And that's the moment when many people start judging instead of listening. It's protection. What we often call indecision is our nervous system working overtime. Your brain and body have been on overdrive, making big medical, logistical, emotional calls, likely managing other people as well, making decisions for them as well, right? That's maybe another topic. And simply just adjusting to this change, this recovery. It's brought changes in your life. Your routines, patterns, capabilities have changed. That level of alertness uses real energy. So when your capacity drops, it's not because there's something wrong with you. Your system is still prioritizing survival, and that is not a failure. During treatment or recovery, we're often forced to make high-stake decisions. Treatment options, financial trade-offs, body changes, relationship boundaries, identity shifts. Later, when things are supposed to be easier, the system still treats simple choices like these deeply matter because that's what it's done for a long time. That's why choosing what to eat or how to structure your day or whether to walk or bike the dog is overwhelming. In the fire service, we use the risk-benefit analysis all the time, and that was for big decisions. This works for little ones, and it can calm your nervous system. Ask yourself, what's the highest impact of this decision? It's acknowledging, thank you, nervous system, for what you did. I don't need you in this moment right now. Let's move on. This is a small decision. It's the realizing that treating these decisions all at the same high stakes level is quietly draining you. It's that listening component that I talked about earlier. When you begin conserving your energy on those low stake decisions, then you're going to have that energy throughout your day. And when it really matters, you'll have that energy to meet it head on. And you will actually increase your capacity for those things in life that do matter. Rather than pushing through, you're allocating your resources wisely. There are those moments when decisions do matter. For example, if you're making a big change, setting a boundary, or taking that next step in life that's really going to help you. That's when structure can help, especially paired with compassion. One tool I've used and returned to over and over again is the Decisional Clarity Grid. It's not to force answers, it's not to rush action, but to reduce cognitive load and move things out of your brain. Instead of holding everything in your head, the grid gives your mind rest while you look at it from a different perspective. quite literally. What the Clarity Grid actually does is instead of asking, what should I do? It asks more accurate questions. What are the benefits of making this change? What could this cost me emotionally and physically? What are the risks of staying the same? This matters because there's always a reason we stay where we are. Naming that without shame is grounding. The grid doesn't create pressure, it creates perspective. And perspective is actually what fatigue is blocking, which makes the decisions even harder. It's sort of like a cat chasing its tail. One thing I want to say really, really clearly is using this tool doesn't mean you have to act. Another pro tip, sometimes the best decision is simply not yet. Not right now is an acceptable decision. Most decisions don't have to be made in this moment. Sometimes time can create a valuable perspective as well. Healing changes priorities. Recovery reshapes your bandwidth. Your values after crisis often look much different than they used to be. Grid simply creates a landscape of your inner world, so it creates clarity instead of pressure. If you're noticing decision fatigue in your life, there's nothing wrong with you. The noticing is actually something very right. Your system has been doing an incredible amount of unseen work. You're allowed to simplify, conserve energy, use structure when it supports you, and set down choices that don't deserve your bandwidth right now. If it's supportive, I've made the Decisional Clarity Grid available as a free PDF resource. The link is below in the comments. It's not a fix, it's just something steady that you can return to. Choices feel a little heavier than they should. It's a tool for your toolbox or your craft basket if you prefer.